You want this? Yeah.
Few of us found out that Frank Sinatra lives in Hasbrook Heights. Quite a few times after school, we would go and just walk up and down past Frank Sinatra's house. It was just about 2 short blocks. If I crossed the street and went about 40 feet, I was in Hasbrook Heights. It was a 2-story house, and it was I would consider it kind of a new house. Maybe he was watching us, wondering, what are those kids doing out there? I don't know, but it was fun doing it.
In 1956, 3 best friends cut school to go to New York City to see Frank Sinatra at the Paramount. We pretended to be each other's mothers and called into the school, hopped on the bus, the 102, and rode into New York City. We got to the Paramount, and the crowds are mobbing the streets outside, people waiting to get in. Everybody is screaming and hollering and carrying on, and the newspaper photographers were all over the place, but we didn't realize that. We were just having a good time. So we got in, and we had fantastic seats. Oh, we were so excited. And the next thing you know, the stage comes up. And here we are, sitting in the 5th row. It was terrific. The next day, on the back page of the Daily News was the mob scene of the teenagers, and who's standing right there, up front and center, was me and Martha and Jane. Well, we learned our lesson. You can't sneak around. You're always going to get caught.
It was Passover, and we decided that we were going to go down to the Paramount Theater. At the 4th performance, Frank Sinatra came out and handed us matzah and milk and said, "You kids must be starving." I never forgot that.
We were walking down 5th Avenue, and suddenly the girls started yelling, "Frankie! Frankie!" And I started running because I was afraid they were going to tear the clothes off my back. They mistook me for Frankie Sinatra.
And they really thought he was Frank Sinatra. He took off so fast, they couldn't have caught him if they tried.
Marie Roma was my brother-in-law's aunt. She was Frank Sinatra's very first girlfriend, serious girlfriend. She dated him for quite a while, but then she broke it off. She left him because she didn't think he would amount to anything. In her prime, she was pretty, but that amazes me. Marie could have certainly been one of his first wives, or ex-wives.
Speaking of my high school, Bloomfield High School in New Jersey, we had a very special treat one time. Tommy Dorsey's business manager was Bullet Sturgum. His sister worked in our high school, so it must have been quite an easy thing for him to arrange to have Frank Sinatra come and sing for us. We went down and watched this young skinny kid standing up on the stage singing to us, and actually now I realize he was only 10 years older than we were.
In the 90s, my son bought a ticket to go and see Frank Sinatra sing at Radio City. And Don Rickles was the comedian that night. We had tickets way up front, so it was really exciting. After the show was over, my son's girlfriend said, "Let's go here, we'll get to see him when he comes out." So we waited by the door, and sure enough, he came out. And when he went to wave to everybody, I was waving, and he hit my hand. Magic moment.
The music was part of our everyday life. We had it on the radio all the time. If we were out, we wanted to stop for a bite to eat. We wouldn't even stop for a hamburger unless it had a little patch of dance floor and a jukebox.
There are certain people that have a look, and it sort of draws you to them. And he sort of had that charisma that everybody loved.
Very nostalgic. Really brings you back.
He just had, in his voice, he had something that was beautiful.
When you heard him, I think you projected all the romance that you wanted in your life. But he was singing to you, and this is what you dreamed about. You know, wanted your boyfriends to be like that, but of course they weren't.
He really played to the audience, yeah. The band followed him rather than him following a band director.
He was such a great singer. And just his voice, he had a beautiful voice. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Frank Sinatra.
Happy 100th birthday, Frank. We miss you.